Warning, there will be some spoilers. So if you haven't watched season 4, I would suggest you watch that so you could definitely not be spoiled. I'm going to be playing some Young Justice in the background as I talk about this. I'm going to try to make this video really short because I don't want to, rant on and talk about certain things. So we're going to talk about season 4 of Young Justice. If you don't know, I've been watching this series since season 1. I used to watch it every Saturday morning. That's when they used to put it on Cartoon Network. It was a great experience. Season 1, season 2, classic. Season 3 was utter garbage. I didn't like it. I didn't like the new introduction of the other characters, and it was just terrible. But I guess people complain, the writers heard about it, and they're like, nah, man, we're bringing back the original cast. Because you want to watch the original cast. That's pretty much what I want to watch as well. And season 4 did not disappoint. Season 4 was pretty good. And even though they're still bringing some stuff from season 3 into season 4, they're trying very hard to try to be like, I guess relatable. If you don't know, DC is very notorious to be very serious, and they're not like, they don't compare themselves to regular people. And they had the whole, Garfield being depressed, and he didn't get over it like really fast. If you know anything about DC, usually characters, when they get mental breakdowns, they're easily be able to recover. Example would be like Raven and stuff like that. And it takes like 1 or 2 episodes for her to get back to normal with the power of friendship or whatever it is that they use during that incarnation of Raven. Okay, so other than that, I personally didn't care too much about that, but it's understandable. I get why people enjoyed that because it pretty much was able to be like a real life thing where these superheroes aren't like super crazy like Invincible. I know I'm not talking about Invincible, but you know what I mean. And it was pretty much great, but a lot of the things they're trying to do just reminded me too much of X-Men. Yeah, that's right, X-Men. It reminded me too much about X-Men, talking about like pretty much certain subjects. I don't want to go through all of them, but I will pretty much talk about the main big one, and that is Markovia. Markovia is a country that pretty much accepts any, mutated heroes or whatever you want to call them. I forgot the actual term that they used, but I will talk about X-Men again because X-Men had that, and that was Magneto's Island. It's not called Magneto's Island, but it was called Genosha. If you know anything about Genosha, it's pretty much a freedom for mutants, and it was pretty much something that Magneto made because humans didn't like or actually regular people without mutated humans. I can't even say that correctly. Let's rewind that. It was a freaking island that Magneto made because regular humans didn't like mutated humans. And if you ever watch X-Men and stuff, you will understand. And pretty much, quite honestly, that's what Markovia was. And I personally didn't find it too thrilled about it. But Markovia wasn't the whole point of season 4, so we didn't get to see that much. But there's other things in the series that they just, I don't know, just reminded me too much about X-Men. And I'm a big DC guy, so anyone that knows anything about me would know that I know more about DC than I do with Marvel. But I grew up with some X-Men back in my day as well. So, yeah, I personally didn't really care too much about that. But other than that, the season brought back every character, and they gave every character an arc, and it was just freaking magnificent. I really, I can't even express how much I really like the freaking Atlantis freaking arc with freaking Aqualad. That was probably my favorite because as far as I know, Atlantis doesn't really get that much it doesn't really get that much screen time. It doesn't get that much stuff. You don't really see too much Aquaman dedicated shows, or they don't even get that much screen time in Justice League and stuff that much. There was an Aquaman like show back in like the 60s or something, but come on, we're talking about like currently. You don't really get that much like exposure to Atlantis. So I was very happy with that Aqualad arc because I got to learn a lot more about freaking Atlantis, and it was once again really wonderful, really great. I enjoyed the heck out of it, and it was something that I wish was a little bit longer. I know it kind of sounds terrible that I wanted a series that was more pretty much dedicated to Atlantis, but you guys don't get it. They don't have that much support, and that's pretty much one thing. One thing is we got to see a character that I've never seen. I never watched any of the Green Lantern, shows that they used to show on Cartoon Network. But they introduced a character called Razor, and Razor, I don't know about this guy. I've never seen him before, but some guy uploaded a video on YouTube, like showing every time he was on the show or something like that. And I got to know a little bit about him, and freaking he's a very interesting character. That's how you introduce a character in freaking Young Justice. It was pretty interesting, and I liked the heck out of it. I liked a lot about the whole thing. Like I didn't know too much about that, and Razor was a very, very great character, and I personally enjoyed the heck out of it. And pretty much we can't forget that fight. We had that incredible moment. I thought it was crazy and it was good. It was Tomar Ray, I think that's how you say his name, the Green Lantern. How he sacrificed himself to save New Genesis. That was honestly like, man, it was so good. Not because he sacrificed himself, but because you could tell he wasn't very, very happy what happened to Kryptonite, because that was part of his, his area that he used to guard. It was honestly a bunch of things in this season just blew out and made certain characters just stand out even more. And other than that, it was pretty much great, and I enjoyed the heck out of it. The last few episodes were freaking crazy, tempting. Like, I just wanted to know what was going to happen next, and I was very happy. The ending is really good because they're going to make a new season for that cliffhanger, because the series isn't over. They could have ended the series if they wanted to, but they're continuing, and I personally am excited to see what season 5 has to offer, because the series just keeps getting better and better. I just personally wish this series was popular, but sadly, Young Justice isn't that popular, and I wish it was, because you just saw how crazy they were able to put that whole series together, and it was just nonstop. There's a lot of stuff that they could have. Not a lot of stuff they could have. There's a lot of stuff that I could have mentioned more, but once again, it's all like, how do I put this? It's one of those things where I'm gonna have to rewatch it. I'm actually thinking about rewatching the whole season 1 through season 4 again, because I love season 1 and 2. I enjoy the heck out of season 2 probably the most, but I enjoyed watching the series, and I definitely need to see some more action. But that's about it. Tell me what you guys think about the series. What made season 4 better for you, or did you like season 3? And did season 4 make up for season 3 being not that incredible? Let me know in the comments below. And this is alright. This review, I don't even know if I reviewed the season. All I said, it was it was by far better than season 3, and I talked about some of my key moments, and that's about it. But anyways, I'm hoping that they get a new season soon. All right, I'm out. Peace. All right, so I actually have to mention this. I had to ask some extra stuff before I go. I do have to mention that Greg Wiseman has claimed that the numbers for this season's HBO Max are stunningly good. And on that day, he saw numbers that indicated that they had more views this year than any other animated superhero series on any streaming service, and even beat a couple of prestigious live action superhero series as well. So it sounds like Young Justice is possibly getting more popular as people are subscribed to HBO Max, and that's very impressive. And that if that's the case, we're gonna see a season 5 pretty soon. I would say next year possibly, and that's actually very good news because I really don't want to wait a couple of years for a new season again. But hey, anyways, this time for real, I'm out. Peace.